you're excited to do some hands-on today. The last session we talked about a lot of things about cloud and hosting website and all that thing, right? So we are actually going to host a very simple, very small website, and every one of you will be able to do it without doing much things on your laptop. Everything is going to be on the cloud, right? So before we start, what do you remember from the last session? क्या क्या तुम्हें याद है? हमने क्या क्या बात किया था? Whatever we talked about in the previous session, just go ahead and type it down. Yeah, you remember AWS. What else? Server, cloud. What else about cloud? What were the different models we discussed? Database, AWS. Good. Yeah, good. So you all recall a lot of things from the session that we talked about. So what we are going to do today is that we are going to create a website on AWS, right? It's going to be a simple website. We are not going to do anything complex. We are not going to install anything on your laptops. Everything will happen on the cloud. Okay. Let me share my screen and show you what exactly are we going to do. Let me know when you're able to see my screen. So you'll not you don't have to worry about a lot of technical things here. I'll just tell you what these yeah, I'll share the link. Don't worry, I'll share the link when it's time. Okay, so this is what we are going to do today, right? Don't worry about what exactly this means and what how does it work technically and all that. I'll just give you a small overview. Okay, Amplify is what we will use to create your website. It will generate a link which we will use to access it from your browser, right? Lambda that you see here is where we will write the backend code. Now, what does backend code means? Anything that you do on your website, it has to be processed somewhere, right? So Lambda is nothing but it's going to be a Python code that we will write on. Okay. Now DynamoDB. DynamoDB is a database where you will store whatever you write on your website. And API gateway, this component here, is going to connect your website and your backend, right? Everything clear? We'll just use plain Python in the backend. We will not worry about Django or Flask or anything. So Flask, Django, these things you use when you have to build a proper full-fledged website. This is something that we are going to do which doesn't require a lot of these components. It's just plain Python, plain HTML. That's it. So are you comfortable with Python and HTML? आप लोगों को like, do you know how to write a HTML code or how to write a Python code? Small, very simple codes on Python. Right, awesome. So you understand the structure, right? The flow कैसा होने वाला है? Amplify पे तुमको URL मिलेगा. Sanskar, don't worry, I have the codes with me. You will not have to write anything. I'll share it with you. And eventually अगर तुम्हारा मन होता है आगे जाके कि हाँ ये सब करना है, तो you can anytime learn all these languages. अभी you don't need to understand you don't need to have a very basic or very in-depth knowledge to learn all these things. Okay, it's going to be very easy. So Amplify पे हमें हमारा वेबसाइट का URL मिलेगा. Lambda में हम हमारा Python कोड लिखेंगे. DynamoDB में हम हमारा डेटा स्टोर करेंगे और API गेटवे ये सब चीजों को कनेक्ट करेगा. Identity and access management, don't worry, right? As of now, it's not that important. Just don't try to think too much about it. Just understand the flow. Okay. So now I'm going to share a link with you where you will have to log in on the chat. So this is the link. I'll also share my screen to show you how to log in. Let me know. Okay. So you're able to see my screen. I've put on the link and the username and the password. So the first one is your link. Just open any browser that you have and just enter your link. And it should open a page like this. I'll open chat as well just to see I just put the link in the chat. Oh, sorry, I have sent us a direct message. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay, here is the link, and the first one is your username, and the second one is your password. Okay. So are you all able to see the screen? Just enter the username and the password, and just click sign in. So everybody is logged in. Is everybody logged in? Username is tutorial user. Password is tutorial user 123456 exclamation. Yeah, take your time. Nothing to rush. Okay, let me show it to you again. So this is the screen that you should see in your account ID. This should be the account ID. Your username should be tutorial user, and your password should be tutorial user 123456 exclamation. Right? Just be mindful of the caps and small. I've pasted it in the chat. Let me paste it again. So are you logged in? Okay. Tanmay is signed in. Krishiv is in. Just send a yes if you have logged in. Okay, great. Okay, I see good number of folks are already logged in. That's good. Um, okay, so now this is the cloud console. Okay, this is the cloud that you're seeing. Um, the first thing that we saw here is amplify, right? So in the search bar, what you should do is you should just type amplify. You're able to see my screen, right? Just follow me that I do on the screen. Here on the top, you have a search box. You type amplify, and you'll find the first AWS amplify as a service, and just open that page. Anubhav, open this link, and the first one is your username, and the first one is your the second one is your password, and just log in to this console. So are you on the Amplify console? Are you guys on Amplify? Okay. I hope you're able to follow. Aina, ensure you're using the right. There's no spaces or anything. The password is correct. Maybe you are putting something wrong, a capital or small error. Krishiv, it in the backend it uses Node. Yes, Node.js. It doesn't use React or Electron.js as of yet. Good. Anushka, search AWS Amplify on the top and open the first thing that you see. Just search for Amplify, and you'll see the service Amplify, and click on that, and you should come on this page. Okay. Before we before we go here, what we are going to do is we are just going to write a small HTML code in our laptops. So just open uh, okay, that's fine. So what we are going to do is we are going to write a small HTML code. I've just pasted a link on the chat. If you can open that link, it will open up. It will download a small zip file on your laptops. Um, let me just share my entire screen. So I've just pasted a zip file, pasted a link. Just click on that link. It'll download a file on your laptop and just open that zip. It's just a simple web page, right? Good. You're able to download. The link is here. I'm just pasting it again. Right. So you're able to download the zip file, right? So this is a very small this is a simple web page. It has an index.html file whose header is this is Rohit's website. What you can do is you can just edit this index.html. Just okay. Before we edit that, you have it open, right? You just go ahead and unzip your file and open it in a notepad. Yeah, Ajinkya, you can upload your website as well. So now what we have done is we have basically I've just created a small HTML page. It just says that it's a very simple HTML code. Let me just open it. This is what it says, right? It's a small simple HTML. If you want, you can just type it out. Uh, uh, if you have Notepad, just type it out on your Notepad and edit your names here if you want. Or else if you don't want to edit, I mean if you want, you can just use the same zip file. You don't have to export or anything. You can continue to use the same zip file, right? I'll paste the link again. This is the link in case if you don't have sorry. Yeah, this is the link. Sanskar, you don't have to unzip, just keep the zip with you. uh, don't unzip, just download the download the zip file, don't unzip it. I'm just showing you what's there inside it. Okay, it's just a simple HTML file where I've just put in a title and I've put in a body, right? So now everybody has the zip, right? You don't have it's okay if you're not able to unzip it, just keep the zip with you, that's fine. Yep, HTML is a code. This is a simple front end code which will create a website for you. If you have unzipped, that is fine. If you have not unzipped, just keep the zip file with you. Now let's come back to the Amplify console. On the left hand side, do you see these three bars here, these three horizontal lines? Krishiv, no, you don't have to use VSC code. Just follow what I'm showing you on the screen, right? So on the Amplify, you should see something called Get Started here, right? Do you see? Uh, yeah, Kavya, that's fine. That is what it's supposed to be. So as on the console, do you see a Get Started window here? So click on Get Started. Even on Mac, it should be the same. Just open a browser and log into the credentials that I've shared. And here on the right side, you should see host your web application. So are you able to get to this point? Are you able to see host your web app? Don't unzip it. Just forget about the zip for now. Don't worry, come out of it. You don't have to worry about the zip. Just keep it with you, download and keep it with you. So you're able to see host your web app, right? So on the host your web app, just click get started. Hitesh, we are not yet. Which link are you talking about? The do you want the download zip? Okay, let me paste it again. This is the zip. Just download it, just click on it, it will download a zip file. That is it. Just don't do anything on that zip. After that, come back to the console and click on get started. Are you on the screen with me? Are you able to see the screen? So for people who are not able to see the screen yet, all okay, Ayush, which link do you want? You want to log in or do you want to download the zip file? Um, okay, good amount of you are able to see the screen. So let me paste it again, just in case. So first step is to log into this. Just click on this link. It'll ask you for a username and password. Once you have entered the username and password, you'll see this page, right? After that, on the top, all you have to do is just search for Amplify here on the top. You see a black bar, right? Just search Amplify here, and you will see the service called AWS Amplify. You'll have to click on that, and it'll open a different page for you. You should see after you click on Tanmay, that's okay. Even if you have edited, doesn't matter. That's fine. You should see this page after you search for Amplify. On Amplify, you have to click Get Started. And Get Started, you will see on the right side, you have a host your web application. There's another Get Started there. You have to click on Get Started. And you should all be on this page with me. So just go on and hit yes if you are seeing the screen. Yes, a lot of you are already here. That's good. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to select deploy with Git provider. Just select this option and click on continue. So are you able to see the screen now? Okay, great. So in the app name, just give your name and hyphen app. Okay, just give your name and hyphen app. So this is, I'm just creating an app called Rohit app, right? And here you have to choose file. So you have to choose the zip file that that I had shared with you, right? So select that zip file that you downloaded on your laptop. uh, it should be uploaded here. It should look like this. Manan, I clicked on deploy with Git provider and select continue. Jeet, same for you. uh, Deploy with Git provider should be the one that you choose. um, are you all with me until now? Are you able to see this? Dhairyam, search for Amplify. So have you uploaded your the index method is drag and drop? Yes, keep your method as drag and drop. Scroll down, you should see a upload file. Upload the index.zip and just click save and deploy. I know few of you are lagging behind a bit. That's fine. Environment can be left empty. You don't have to enter any environment name. That's fine. You can just leave it empty. So if I go to all apps, I'm seeing about Arush app. There's Palak. There's Dhruv. Okay, okay. Good amount of good number of people have started to come in. Which link? Krishiv, your deployment failed. Successful. Um, Krishiv, let me update your app from my side. Just be some error here and there. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Uh, so there's a lot of websites that have come in. There's a few that have failed. Parv, let me fix a few of the failures quickly. I'll tell you what to do next. Adi, I'll fix yours as too. Give me a minute. Okay, Parv, yours failed as well. Probably something here and there. That's okay. Okay, it's successful now. Parv, yours is complete. Okay, Adi, yours is failed as well. No, it will not fail because all of us are doing together. I think it will just be the zip would have been I mean, you would have exported or made some changes on the zip, that is why. um but Niyati, okay, Niyati, let me fix yours as well. So every जिसका हो गया है, just hold on, I'll tell you what to do next. Okay. Jeet, you don't have to open the zip. You just keep the zip with me and with you and upload it here, right? Okay. Anam, yours is failed as well. Let me fix it. So this is the last one that I'm fixing. If you okay, success. Okay, so those of you who have been able to make it until here, all of you are now successful. So now you should be in, you should see, you should be able to see this screen in front of you, right? This you should see a URL here inside domain. So as soon as you click on this link, it will open a new tab and it will show your website. Index zip, here you go. I'll share you the zip file once. Wait a minute. Okay, this is your zip file. So everybody is able to see a link here, right? Under domain. Oh, sorry, let me share the zip again. If you didn't have the zip, I've just pasted the link. Just download the zip. Right, it will come Rohit's website. That's okay because I created the website. All you did is just host it on the cloud, right? So everybody is able to see a link here, right, under domain. And as soon as you click, you will be able to open your website. So just put a yes, who all have been able to do reach until your own link. Okay. So a lot of you are already here. I see good number of people have their websites created. If you're not able to create as of now, that's okay. Just we have something else as well. We will go there. Don't worry about it. So of course you can edit the websites and everything. You can do a lot of things. What I did is we just created a small website, right? And we are just able to host it very easily. So what we just learned here is that it's so easy to create a website, right? We just did a simple HTML page on our laptops and we just zipped it and we just uploaded at a place, and it's able to show you your website as well, right? So now your website is not doing anything, right? It's just showing something. It's just displaying something on which is something that we coded before. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create another website. I'm going to paste another link here, another zip file, which you are all going to download, and we are going to upload it again, upload a second website, right? So from this moment, just forget about the one that we have already done. Now we are going to create another website, and hopefully this is something that everybody should be able to do. So this is the link that I have shared. What you have to do is just download the zip. Don't extract it, just download the zip. Okay, you don't have to extract it right now. I've pasted a link in the chat. uh, just click on the link, it will download another zip. Yeah, there you go. I'm pasting it again. You have downloaded the zip, right? So if you do not create a zip and already uploaded, that's fine, that's fine, just don't worry about it. So you have downloaded the zip, right? So do in your laptop, delete the previous index file, that previous zip file that you downloaded, and make sure that you have renamed this zip file as index.zip. So it should not be index1 or index2 or index3, right? So delete the older zip files and just rename your index.zip to index 1 2 3, whichever you see as index.zip. This should be the name of your zip file. Okay, so don't extract it, just download and keep it with you. Okay, okay. So who all have not, so few of you have not created uh, an app already, right? If you have failed creating an app, let me just walk you through again. Those who have already created an app whose app is successfully running, you don't have to do this. Okay, this is only I'm going to show the people who have not created an app before, and this is only for them. So if you have not created an app, okay, tell me, are you able to see this login page? Are you on the Amplify console? Are you able to see AWS Amplify here on the top left corner? Those who have not created any app yet, do you see this AWS Amplify on the left hand side? Anubhav, don't open the zip file, just close it. You don't have to buy anything. So you are able to see the app, right? um, so on the top right corner, you should now see an option called new app. On the new app, you need to click on host web app. If you have already created an app before a few minutes ago, you don't have to do this again. Okay, I'll tell you how to do it. So click on new app, click on deploy with Git provider. Then you have to click on continue. Just give a name to your app. Let's say Rohit app 2, and you have to keep the method as drag and drop. You have to choose a file and you have to upload the zip file that I have shared with you. Okay. As soon as you select your file index.zip, you just click save and deploy, and your app should automatically okay, rate exceeded while calling create app. Okay, that's fine. Hmm. So now if you have a successfully deployed app, are you the people who have your apps, you should see this screen, right? You are able to see a domain URL. If you're getting an error, that's okay. Just follow, see my screen, that's fine. You, if you're not able to do it, that's completely fine. Just look on my screen, right? So this is for the people who are able to see my screen. You should all have this URL in front of you. So now I have shared a new zip file for you, right? You should have downloaded the new zip file. Now go ahead and click on choose files and upload the second zip file that I've shared with you. I think, yeah, that's fine. There would be some error at the Amazon end. Just follow. Don't, if you're not able to do it, that's okay. Just see the screen that we are sharing. Okay. So just upload the second zip file on your respective app, and now you should be able to click on the link. And as soon as you click a link, you should be able to see this screen. Are you just send a tell me who all are able to reach until this point. Are you able to come here? Okay. So what I've done now is, if you're not able to do it yourself, that's okay. Just listen to what I'm saying. Okay. So what I've done is, I've created a small website here where I'm saying first name. Okay, somebody's facing issues with login. Ayushman, Just don't worry about login. We are way ahead of that point. Just follow what I'm doing on the screen. Just look, just view on the screen. Okay. Those who are able to do it, just do it. If you're not able to do it, just look, see on my screen. Okay. So we have reached at a point where you are able to see this website where it says first name, last name, and call API. Okay. So now this is a new website. The second zip that I shared is nothing but a different website where I just created another template that you're able to see. Okay. Now uh, what happens when I type my name? Do I type Rohit and last name is Keshwani, and I can say call API. Okay. I can click this button, and as of now there's nothing that happens on the click of the button, right? You can just click on it any number of time, but it'll still not do anything. So now what we are going to do is we are going to write a backend, we are going to write a Python code, a small Python code, uh, and I'm going to share the link of that code as well with you. So what you have to do is come back to the Amplify console, click on services, and here you need to click on search for Lambda. You see there should be a Lambda at the fourth option from the top. Are you able to see Lambda? If you're able to see Lambda, just click on Lambda, click on services, and click on Lambda, right? So are you on the screen? Do you see Lambda? Just hit a yes who are already on the Lambda screen. Who are not able to follow the practical, that's okay. Just you can just see my screen and get a hold of it. Okay, so few of you are already a good number of you are on Lambda. So what I want you to do is now go, you see a create function on the right, just click on create function. You should see this screen. Are you on the screen? Are you on the create function screen? Just hit a yes on the chat. Okay, great. In the function name, you have to type, don't go ahead of me, right? Just stay with me, follow me, and don't go ahead and create functions until I say to create a function. Okay. So in the function name, just say your name hyphen function. In the runtime, you should select Python 3.8. Have you done these two things? So after the Lambda console, after you have searched for Lambda, all you have to do is create function, and create function, you come in the create function tab, and no, you can write it anyway. You don't have to write it in camel case. So you have to just name your function, just put your name hyphen function. Runtime you have to choose as Python 3.8, and you should see a option here called default execution role. Just click on change default execution role, select use an existing role, and in the name you should see a Rohit function, service role Rohit function. Okay, you have to select this, right? This is very important. So what I've done is I've given a name to my function. I've chosen Python as a runtime. I've clicked on change default execution role. Then I chose use an existing role, and I just chose service hyphen role slash Rohit function role, right? Everybody has to choose this role. So have you come to this point already? Are you here already? So you have made sure that you have selected this role, right? Because if you're not, then your subsequent things will error out. Okay. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to click on create function. So go ahead and click on create function. Your function should be created. So you understand what we did so far right now, right? First, we created a front end. Front end is your web page, which will help you search, which will help you do things on from a website standpoint. And then we created a function. Okay, it's okay. Click. You can click on create function again. It can be a bit slow sometime. Those of you are able to create a function, that's fine. If you're not able to create function, just follow what I'm doing on the screen. Just look at my screen, right? It's okay. It can be a bit problematic because 150 people, 120 people are doing together, right? So it can error out. So if you're okay, so if you are on the screen, you can just scroll down, and here on the left you should see a lambda underscore function, right? So double click on function on that lambda underscore function dot py, and you should be able to see your code. So just hit yes if you're able to see the code. Okay, okay. So if few of you are not able to create, that's okay. I'm sorry if there's an rate error or exceeded issue and everything. Just look at the screen what we are doing, okay, if you're not able to do. Aryan, where are you stuck? Can you tell me? Until Aryan types, everybody else is here, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link with you. Um, this link is a small Python code that I have written. Just click on this link. It should show you a code here on a new page. It should show a small code. I'll explain what this code is, and just let me know if you're able to see this code after clicking on the link. Right. So what you have to do is you have to copy this entire code. Just select this entire piece of code, just copy it, and come back to your Lambda. Select, delete this entire thing first. Okay, come back to the Lambda, delete everything that you see. First, let's do that. Forget about the link. I'll paste the link again. I'll send the link again. Okay, this is the link. Come back to the Lambda. Delete everything that is written on under the Lambda function, right? You should see this is there would be something import and so on written. Just select all and delete it. Yes, you can do it on Edge as well. Doesn't matter which browser it is. It's fine. So have you deleted everything that you are seeing on Lambda function? Good. So now come back to the link that I've shared. I'm pasting the link again. Right. Just copy paste this entire code and go back to your Lambda and paste it here. This is what it should look like. So just send a yes who has done this already. Okay. Delete the old one, Shikha. We don't need that. Delete everything that you see, the old one, and keep copy paste the new one. And after you have pasted the code, just click on deploy. Okay. So after you click deploy, you should see changes deployed. Yeah, I'll share the new code. Okay, so what we have done is we have come to Lambda. We have created a function. We have said it should be a Python function, and we have created a small code. Now, what this code does is, in the website, whatever you type here in the first name and in the last name, and as soon as you click on call, this Lambda function will take everything that you have written here and it will put it in a table, right? You remember the diagram, right? So this Lambda function is going to take it from your website and put it in a table. Now, no, you can't do it in mobile, Arjun. It'll be very tough to do it on a mobile, right? So if you're not able to do, that's okay. Just you can just see my screen, right? So you understand what we have done, right? Are you able to, have you deployed the code? This is the code. Just send a yes who have deployed the code already. Okay, okay, good number of you have deployed. Okay, so I'll just repeat it once. We used amplify first to create a website. All of you should have this website. No, don't reload it yet. Just hold on to what before we get there, right? After you copy paste the code, Jeet, just click on deploy here. You should see a changes deployed in green after you have deployed. So basically what we have done is we have created a website and we have created a backend which is going to take the things that you put it in the website and put it in the table, right? Now we don't have a table yet, right? We'll have to create a table as well. So now go back to your services and click on and search here, search DynamoDB and come to DynamoDB pages. So from this point of time, anybody, if you are not able to do or if you're not able to you're not able to follow what I'm doing, just look at the screens. Okay, don't try to troubleshoot or fix anything. Okay. um, so if search for DynamoDB, I'll just paste it in the chat. This is what you should search for, and as soon as you see DynamoDB at the top, just click on it. It should open this view. So basically, this is a NoSQL database. Yes, NoSQL is a type of database where every record is stored in a certain way. I'll not go into details of it. The idea of this session is not to explain what a DynamoDB is, what a NoSQL is, or what a Lambda is. Right. The idea of this session is to show you how to build an application quickly on cloud. Uh, NoSQL is free, yes. Until some certain limits, it's free. Everything that we are doing in this session now is free, but it will, if we do it for a long time, it will start charging money. But don't worry, as of now, it is free, right? Okay, so now you should see a button called Create Table. Coming before we go there, we have created a Lambda. We have created your front end. Now we are creating this table. Okay. Table is where your everything that you enter will reside on. So if you're on DynamoDB table, click on create table. Are you able to click on create table? Just go ahead and give the name as your name hyphen table. Anushka, where are you stuck? Can you please put it in the chat? So in the table name, write your name hyphen table. In the primary key, just type ID in all capital. Okay. So are you with me until now? Very few yeses. Services DynamoDB, Anushka. So for those of you who have not created a table yet, all you have to do is on the search box, you have to search DynamoDB. You should see a DynamoDB coming up here. Click on that. You should see a blue color create table button. And after that, you should just put a table name as your name hyphen table, and primary key should be ID. Okay. And scroll down and click on create. Go ahead and click on create. So just put a yes, those who have created a table. Okay, why am I not seeing tables? Okay, yeah, there you are. There they are. Good number of 27. Saying it's creating. Yeah, give it a couple of minutes. Give it a couple of seconds. The table name should be your name hyphen table, Anushka. Yes, you can do it. You can use AWS to create games, but we are not going there today. It should be done, right? Okay, so I see we have about 29 tables created. So yeah, that is it. The table has been created. Now we need to so we now what do primary key should be ID, ID in capital. um, Sai Anshul, that should be your primary key ID. Thanks guys for helping me out. Okay, so coming back to this, so now we have your front end, now you have your code, and now you have your database, but your Lambda and your database are not yet connected, right? Your Lambda is a code that you just copy pasted. Now you'll have to uh, edit. Now let's open Lambda. Okay, before you open Lambda, on your DynamoDB table, on your DynamoDB page, you should see something called ARN. If you scroll down, you should see this something called Amazon resource name. Are you able to see this? Just put a yes in the chat. So just copy this ARN already. Okay, just select this entire thing, ARN:/ right click and copy. Okay, ARN, go click on services again and go back to your Lambda table. Lambda, click on services and click on Lambda. So are you back on the Lambda page? Kavya, where are you stuck? So as soon as you are on Lambda, after ARN, just go to services and click on Lambda. Copy that ARN, select that entire ARN and copy it. Go back to your services and click on Lambda. You should, on the left hand side, you should click on functions. Yes, Anushka, click on functions on the left hand side. So are you able to see functions now? Good. So now search for your function. You should see there's multiple. Open your function, click on your function only. Don't open anybody else's function. So my function is Rohit-function. So whichever your functions are, just open it. You should come back and you should be able to see your code. Oh, okay. I don't think we need the ARN. We just need the name. Kavya, just search for your function. You should be able to see. Okay, I don't think we need the ARN. We just need the name of your table actually. Okay. Sridhar, search for DynamoDB here. It should open a page, something like this. I'm just doing a review. A table creation steps again. Here you should see a create table. Click on create table, write the name of your table as your name -table. Your primary key should be ID, and on the bottom you should see create. So this is how you create a table. So okay, so all of you are back to your functions now. Are you back on your functions? Shrey and Jeet, you're not able to find. Okay, so now in the code you should see on line number 6 you should see something called table -DynamoDB table, right? So here you are seeing hello world database. Do create function. No, you don't have to create the function again. Just open your function and here paste the ARN that you copied. Just do a Control V and it should paste this entire thing. Nisarga, if you remember the name of your table, you can just come to your to the function and just write the name of the table. So this is something that you should see, right? So just select everything until the name of your table. Okay, let me repeat it again. Everybody has created a table, right? Can you just click a yes if you have created a table? Okay. Anybody who has any problems in the table? No, right? So in the you remember the name of your tables? It should be your name hyphen table. Come back to Lambda on line number 6. Just write the name of your table here. So it should be something like you should see something called hello world database. Just delete that, and inside single quotes you should write the name of your table. It should look something like this. Anushka, just remove everything from ARN and all. Just write the name of your table. Don't worry about the ARN. It should look something like this. It should be your name hyphen table. Yes, we'll send the recording. Anand, we'll also send you the link on how to do all these steps. It's a very good, there's a very good document as well. I'll send you that as well. So if you have written the name hyphen table, just make sure you're writing it correctly. It should be follow the name of your table should be exactly the way you have created in DynamoDB. If you don't remember, go back to DynamoDB and search for your table and remember the way you have created your table. Okay, the name of your table. Now, as soon as you have written the name of your table, just click on deploy. It should again say changes deployed. Last 4 steps, Kavya, I think we would go way back if we do that. If you're not able to do it, just look at my screen. That should be good enough for now. So okay, everybody who's saying done, I'm assuming that on line number 6 you have set table is equal to dynamodb.table, and in the circle round brackets there's the name of your table inside a single quote, right? After that, click on deploy. It should say changes done. So basically what we have done now is that we have said that this Lambda function should be doing something to this Dynamo, to your Lambda function should be writing something in your DynamoDB table. Okay, now there's one more aspect left. Now you have your front end ready, and you have your back end ready. Okay, with me, so you understand what we have done until now, right? Just put a yes or a no if you have not understood, or if you have understood. You have a class at 1. um can we extend this to about only about 15 minutes, Vidhi? Or do we have to close it at 1?
No problem. We can extend it for more 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to create API gateway, right? So again, now come back to services, and in the search you have to write API gateway. And open the API gateway link. As soon as you have done it, just click on yes. Just say yes on the chart. Okay. So here, you already are on API gateway, right? All of you. Okay, Shika, yeah. Come on the page. Okay. Now scroll down, and you should see something called REST API. So are you able to find this, right? On the REST API, click on build. Don't build HTTP or WebSocket or any other. You have to build the REST API. On the REST API console, there's a orange button called build. Just click on build. So are you able to see the screen now? Are you able to see choose protocol, create new API? Don't select the private one. Select the simple REST API. The first one. Yeah. So on the protocol, you have to choose REST. In the create new API, you have to choose new API and just give the name to your API. So I'll just say Rohit-API, and endpoint type should be edge optimized. So all of you have selected this. Anam, where you stuck? What about others? Are you on this? Are you with me until here? So what we have done, endpoint type should be edge optimized. API gateway. Okay, so on API gateway, Anam, you should give me a second. Let me go back. You should see something called choose API. You should scroll down a bit, and here you'll see REST API. So you have to select REST API. So everybody who have not yet selected REST API, just select this. Description can be empty, doesn't matter. Select REST API, click on build. Anam, you'll have to scroll a bit down. It should be there. If you're not able to see it, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just start looking on my screen. So your API name should be Rohit-API or your name -API. Endpoint should be edge optimized. Your create new API should be new API REST, and you will say create API. Oh, it's not letting me create. Okay, you guys have created your own APIs, right? Okay, I'm just seeing one API. What about the others? Okay, there's some error. Okay. Let's give it a couple of let's give it a minute, and then we'll click create again. Okay, I see slowly 4 of them have come in. Let's give it some time. Don't click on create API repeatedly. Just give it a couple of minutes. Let's hold on to clicking create API. Even I got stuck. Good. Okay. I see about 7-8 of you have created. That's good. Yeah, that's okay. Hold it. We'll go. Don't proceed anything ahead after create API. Leave it. Keep it for now. Okay, yeah, my API is done now. Even I have. Okay, let's show of hands who have been. Let's say yes, who have created API already. Okay, try clicking create API button a few times. It should let you in slowly. If not, that's okay. In the interest of time, just we'll just hold it. If those of you who have created, continue with me. Those of you who have not created, just look at my screen. Okay, that's fine. So now if you should see something called something like this, right? For folks who have already created it, you should see something like this. So on the resources, you should see an action button. Are you able to you're able to see this action button, right? So here what you're going to do is you're going to create method, and the method you will select as post, and you'll say this right checkbox just beside each post. So what we did is we did action, we did create method, we selected post, and we set a small checkbox. That's okay, Shika. If you're not able to create, that's fine. Just you can just look at my screen. Okay, so those of you have done, just put a done on the chat. Good. So in the Lambda function now, you have to just write the name of your function. It should show a drop down and select your function. Okay, are you with me already? Are you able to list your function? Krish, if that's okay, we have very little time left, so just you can just look at my screen. You don't have to do anything on your side now. So what we did is actions, create method. We said post, and in the lambda settings here, we just selected our individual lambda. So for me, I've selected Rohit function. Okay. So as soon as you have selected it, just click on save, and it will say you're about to this and this, and just click OK. Okay. So are you with me? We already saved your API. Just too many requests. So you should see something like this once you have saved it, right? Are you able to see the screen that I am seeing? I know there's a very few of you who are able to do it, but that's okay. If you're not able to, just look at my screens, right? So after you have seen this, after you are able to see this screen, uh, um, you have to click on actions and deploy API. Actions, deploy API, select a new stage. Let's say Rohit stage. And click on deploy. Okay. So what we did is we created API gateway. We went to actions. We created clicked on create method. We selected post from the drop down. And in the post, we just entered the name of our Lambda function. And after that, we went on to actions and we said deploy API. We just selected a new stage. We gave it a name and we said deploy, right? Have you deployed already? Are you should be, after you have deployed, you should be on this screen. You should be able to see this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll give, I'm pausing for a bit. Okay, but I've missed one step. Okay, no, I did not. Okay, I think missed a step here, but that's okay. The last step is something that you guys will not be able to. Okay. So right now, what we have done is we have again created this particular point. Okay. So basically what we have done is we have created all the components, and now if you will be able to go back to your website, as soon as you enter your name and last name and you click on call API, you will be able to see something, enter your table. Unfortunately, that is something which may not happen now because we missed a step in the website. So that's okay. From this point, just see my screen, don't do anything. We missed a step, so the database entry will not happen. Basically, just stop doing things and just focus on what I am showing you on the screen. So the website, the zip file that I had shared with you, right? It's nothing but a front end page that you were seeing. Inside that, there is a place where we will just enter the link that you see here. So you deployed your API, right? You should be able to see this link here. So this link we would have edited it in the web page, but unfortunately we missed that step. So your deployment will now not complete, but that's fine. You can just look at my screen. What I'm going to do is now I will be writing something on that page, and you will be able to see values coming in my table. Just give me a minute. Let me just deploy the web page again for with the change. Just 1 second. So what I did is I just used the URL that you saw here, the API gateway URL, right? And I just edited the website and entered that link on a line, and I just deployed that again. So now I have a functional, I have a working website that will be responding to what I do. So now on this website, if I just say Rohit and enter my name and I click on call API, you should see a small pop-up coming up, which will say, which should say successful. Okay, it's not coming up. I think there's some error somewhere. Okay, that's fine. There's some error that we made somewhere, that is why this is not going through. But basically what this would have done is, as soon as you would have clicked call API, I'll show you from the page. As soon as you click call API from your website, it would have I mean called this, it would have opened this URL, right? With this URL, you linked Lambda function to this URL, right? You remember on the API gateway creation, we linked the Lambda function. It would have gone to your Lambda function, and there you entered the name of your table, right? And through the Lambda function, it would have entered the value. It would have put the value that whatever you write here in your table, basically. So that's what it would have done. But unfortunately, due to some error, that is not coming through, and I think we are already on the top of the time. So we may not be able to test it. I mean, we may not be able to see it in action, but that's fine. I think you understand the point of all this, right? um, what we did is, we created a website on cloud. We created a backend function. We created a table. We created a connector between the table and your backend code and your table, right? Just something, we because we missed a step, we are not able to see it in action, but that's fine, right? So the you understand the gist of it, right? um, so that is the session. Actually, I know it was not we kind of did not complete it the way we expected it to. The point of this was that, it's very easy to, you can close everything, don't worry. It's very easy to create websites on cloud, and you saw very limited, what you did not do anything on your laptop, right? Apart from just uploading or downloading a file, just editing a file. Everything you can do on cloud. All you need is a web browser, and that's it. You can just learn the technologies. If you are inclined towards this field, you'll just be very easily able to learn all of this, and you'll be very easily able to create any type of websites that you want, and everything can be on the cloud, and you don't have to worry anything to do on your laptop. You did not install anything on your laptop, right? That's the gist of it. So I'm sorry we were not able to see that in action, but I hope you understood what we were trying to do, right? um so yeah, that's it. We saw cloud in action. We saw various components, front end, back end, middleware, and so on and so forth. um yeah, that's all I had. So yeah, Vidhi, that's all I had. I think we are good to close the call.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you for this wonderful session. And I'm sure all the kids loved it. So they've even stayed back for the extended session. And the recording for the same will be available on YouTube so that you guys can anytime go back and just see wherever you've missed any steps. So thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah, and I'll also share the link which can show, I mean, give a first to like start to end flow of how to do it by themselves. So if they want, they can do it by themselves as well in case.
Yes, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone.